Welcome back to Wrestling Travels Unlocked, brought to you each and every week, month, whenever this airs, by our good friends over at Wrestle Merch Central. Please shop over there for all of things wrestling in Europe, and also by our good friends at Powered for TV, and by my green screen sponsor behind me that's not working. But hey, we are very honored and very happy to have Mr. Lee McAteer here, the new custodian of Progress Wrestling. Lee, welcome. I've got it on a good source that this is only your second interview that you've done since the takeover.
That's correct, my friend. The first interview was also with yourself. But no, absolutely. Thank you very much for having us, mate. And obviously, incredibly proud of what we created with Wrestling Travel, and of course, you're a major part of that. And whilst I've obviously sold the brand, I'm still obviously wanting the very best for it. So, no, thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being on. I know you're incredibly busy. I know you're coming to us not from across the pond, but we're actually both in the United States this day. So that's hence the good connection. Talk to me about, I want to know what got into your head? I know you're a massive wrestling fan, but what made you say, you know what, I'm going to dive in head first with my good friend Martin Best, and we're going to buy Progress. What was the thought process there?
Good question. Obviously a massive fan of professional wrestling ever since I was a kid. I was a massive fan of WWE in terms of how they marketed the product, marketed the business, and actually utilized a lot of those tactics within what was Americamp, Camp Thailand, Wrestling Travel, etc., etc., and very much admired how they went about doing things to get as many eyeballs as possible. I mean, even now, if you take the WWE as its own entity, it's the fourth largest YouTube channel in the world. And of course, everybody thinks that wrestling is a niche. Well, on that basis, it's anything but a niche. It's just maybe something that people might not necessarily admit to being a massive fan of. But of course, when the opportunity came about, by that point, of course, I'd sold Americamp and Wrestling Travel, etc. And the opportunity came about to be a custodian, as I like to call it, of Progress. I thought the opportunity was too good to turn down, and I spoke to the guys that I'd sold Wrestling Travel to in terms of Intrax, and we came to arrangements, and then managed to get Martin Best to also be a part of this adventure. And before you knew it, the deal had happened, and here we are now, and I'm currently sat here in New York speaking to you.
Now you have two incredible shows under your belt.
Thank you.
And I've known you for a long time, and I don't pull any punches. But the fact, I honestly thought, and this is no disrespect, but I thought, hey, it was announced on December 31st, and now January 23rd, I believe, was your first show. That's not a whole lot of time to do things. So I kind of thought in my head, okay, they're going to play it safe and have a nice, easy return to fans. And that's not the case. I'm so proud to say that you guys, for the last two shows, and not just from me, judging from the fans of Progress, you guys have really poured your heart and soul in both shows.
Well, I mean, I can't. I mean, the credit deserves to go to the management team, the talent, obviously. I mean, they've been unbelievable, and the person who looks after our creative. I mean, literally everybody has worked their backsides off to make this happen, and I'm incredibly proud of all of them. They're the ones that deserve the credit. They're the ones that deserve the accolades. I'm just simply part of the cogs alongside Bestie in terms of trying to put everything together. But very, 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 very excited about what the future holds, and I'm really proud of the first two shows. And who knows what the future holds for the next one. We've had some major surprises in terms of Anthony Ogogo from AEW. We've had Ilya, who's obviously the WWE NXT UK champion. And in the last show, if you look back on it, when you think that we had the men's and women's Progress championships being defended, the tag team championships defended. And by the way, did you see what Nick Riley did in terms of what was a crazy move from the balcony? And if you haven't seen it, make sure you check out Demand Progress, the WWE network, to see how crazy that is. But of course, what else did we have? We had an Impact star, and we had the Ring of Honor World Championship that was being defended on the show by the unbelievable Jonathan Gresham, and what a classic that was with Chris Ridgway. And of course, we had Ilya turn up with the NXT UK Championship. So you never know what's going to be happening in a Progress show, and we're really excited, and we want to keep the fans wanting more, and hopefully it's a really good start, but it's for others to judge us on. But we've got to keep going, got to keep moving forward, and yeah, bring it on.
It was wild. I kept when I saw that you had the NXT UK, I think I sent you a text going, "Holy crap, you guys have just had all the championships that you just named on one show. That's incredible." But of course, you got to keep building on that. Does that enter in not just your mind, but your whole team? Like, okay, I say it about a lot of promotions over here. Man, just when I think, okay, this is it, this is their be all end all card, the next month they come up with something even better. Does that obviously a welcome challenge for you guys? Why would you say it's not, right?
Well, it is a welcome challenge, but also as well is that what we don't want to do is forget about some of the incredible, what I would class as homegrown stars. And that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to build the next generation of stars. And we're so fortunate we've got some unbelievable talent that are currently working on Progress or are waiting in the wings to want to be on Progress. And at the same time, there's a lot of very, very well-known names who have been reaching out to us wanting to be on Progress. But of course, we've also got TNT now as well. And we announced the relationship in terms of what's going to be happening down the line with GCW. And I had a fantastic chat with Brett Lauderdale for about an hour or so in terms of what that future could look like. And it is just a really, really exciting time to be a part of it. And I'm so excited as to what those next steps are going to be. And you're right, we've got to keep delivering. And before you know it, the next show at the Ballroom on February 20th will be around the corner. TNT, of course, has also got another show that's going to be great. And hopefully, Alex will be able to make it this time after being stuck in Chicago. But I'm just so thankful for the opportunity, and I'm really, really pumped for what the future might hold.
Now, TNT, you guys just announced that Ace Romero will be in attendance at an upcoming show, which I think is, no pun intended, huge. But back to your last show, I wanted to ask, in December 13th, 1988, you know what happened that day?
December 13th, 1988. Is it anything to do with the AWA?
Yes, the greatest pay-per-view ever. Super Clash 3 aired live from the Rosemont Horizon, I believe, in Chicago, Illinois. But for weeks, it was title versus title. Kerry Von Erich with the World Class title. Jerry the King Lawler with the AWA title. They were going to clash, one world champion. Do you know what the last match on that card was?
Go on.
The Rock and Roll Express versus the Stud Stable. After. So I've always wondered, and I just assumed why that was the main event. What was the thought process when you've got so much talent and you've got the incredible Giselle Shaw? What was the thought process in the final match of the night being the women's title?
Well, my question to you, JC, is why not? Literally.
Yeah, no, and that's why I didn't want to make me. Why not is great, but I mean, it's a tough decision with so much talent.
It is a tough decision, but I think it's absolutely a real statement of intent when you've got Giselle and Rio is so super talented. to be headlining in terms of the last match, and then without giving spoilers away, a returning talent also came back who has got so much talent, it's just unbelievable. And I think it's a real statement of intent, but at the end of the day, they deserved it on merit. And I thought it was a fantastic match, and it shows you where, again, anything's possible. And there's no right or wrong way of doing things, and people can judge it as to whether or not it was the right thing to do. But for me, I was so proud that those two women put on a wonderful display, great match, and to say that they were headlining the card after what was an unbelievable match between Jonathan Gresham and Chris Ridgway for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Cara's match against Dean was just, again, unbelievable. But there were so many amazing matches. I mean, literally, quite honestly, I think any single one of those matches could have ended the show. I really do.
No, I agree. It's just that you have so many, like you said, incredible matches. Is figuring out the pacing of your event and not putting anybody in any, where the crowd collectively. You and I have been at many of wrestling events where we've been there for 8 hours in the stands, and there's that one match that you're up for, and now collectively the crowd is exhausted. So choosing, how do I? And I'm not trying to sound bad, but I was surprised that match ended it all. But now you've got an incredible talent like Giselle Shaw, who is making a name for herself over here as well, which is incredible. Hats off to Progress.
Well, again, an Impact star on our show, but ultimately she was a Progress star, and she still is a Progress star, and she's still. Actually, I'm not going to say the next bit because it's a spoiler alert before it goes out. Before it goes out on the network. Yeah. But no, it's honestly, I stand there and I watch the talent do their thing, and it's just absolutely incredible. It's really incredible, and so proud of them all. And there's so many amazing people behind the scenes that deserve the credit so much more than me. And also as well is I don't want the eyeballs to be on me. I want the eyeballs to be on the talent.
Now, is it? Yeah, I know that you're not you're a fan of wrestling for a long time, but what's more surreal? Working with the talent that you have, or being on phone calls with the likes of Tony Khan, people from the WWE, GCW, Impact? What is the most like? Okay, I never thought I would be here backstage. Setting up a Progress show, or I'm on the phone with Tony Khan talking Anthony Ogogo. Well, what? And I'm not going to say pinch me moments, because I know you're above that, because you're a hardworking businessman just like everybody else. But when you step back and think of it, like what's a little more, hey, unbelievable.
Well, I mean, it's not my place to say exactly how the Anthony situation happened, but first and foremost, Anthony is a wonderful talent, and of course he's a British hero. He's an Olympic medalist. He's doing some incredible things on AEW. So to have somebody of that caliber to be on Progress is a massive statement of intent for us, and to then deal with a whole host of other people to make certain things happen. It's a very proud moment. But you know what? I'm really. You've got to believe in yourself, and I have worked really hard to get into the position that I have. At the same time, I'm very blessed to have some incredible people around me to help me get me into this position. But now that we're at that particular point in time, we've got to smash it. We've got to make the most of it, and hopefully the product that we produce, whether that's on Progress or TNT, will be good, and everybody will enjoy what we're putting out.
Well, I don't want to have you give away any spoilers, but if I could try to plant a spoiler within you to maybe make it come true, I'm just saying I'm a real big fan of what Mark and Jay Briscoe do and have done for Ring of Honor GCW. It's all I'm saying. take it and run with it if you can. But Wrestling Travel, founder of Wrestling Travel. I know it recently sold. Obviously, I'm still hanging out with Wrestling Travel here. What's got to be exciting for the fans is I know how hands-on you are with the Wrestling Travel fans when we've done stuff. I know how hands-on you've been with Progress. It's very important to you. And I think that should echo a lot in the fans about you're an approachable guy. I've watched you bleed in New York City for the fans here of Wrestling Travel. It's got to be equally exciting for the fans that you are the custodian, and you are doing a lot, whether you're going to realize it or take any credit for it, which I know you're not, about restoring British wrestling to prominence. And some people might say, what do you mean restoring, Clapper? It's never gone away. But I love the fact that you're one of the you're a big figure in British wrestling, and I know how important that is to you. And I love the fact that you're doing it, and I'm incredibly proud of you.
Well, that means a lot, JC, because you mentored me for many, many years, and I've learned so much, from you. And I really, really appreciate all your love and support, mate. And obviously at the same time, I'm super proud of Wrestling Travel. I'm still helping out Wrestling Travel, and the fans have got some amazing experiences with WT to look forward to. WrestleMania is obviously around the corner. We'll be here before you know it. So, make sure that if you haven't already checked out some of the amazing things that WT are doing. And whilst I'm not the owner of it anymore, I obviously has a very special place in my heart, and very much look forward to being at WrestleMania, and I'm going to be there personally. I'm going to be seeing all the Wrestling Travel fans, and look forward to meeting them all in person. And who knows what's down the line as well.
I might be able to sneak you into our Wrestling Travel party.
That's very kind of you.
No promises, but we'll try to do that. So no, I want to leave it. We didn't have much time to do this interview because you're incredibly busy. Not only TNT, Progress, Tranmere Rovers, still doing day-to-day business with Invasion, and God knows what else you don't tell me that you've got your friend busy doing. Please, I want to give you the last word, as I always do in all my interviews. The last word is yours.
Well, oh gosh, now you put me on.
Pressure's on.
Pressure's on. Are we talking literally just one word or a sentence?
No, well, hopefully a couple sentences. Like this is the point in when you're an interviewer like me, is that you hope your guest shines, says something incredible, and then people just remember, hey, that Justin Clapper, he did a really good job interviewing this guy. So it's a way of me to put all my work and pressure right back on the guest.
You know what, JC? You never know what door is going to open next. And at Progress, we've got a revolving door in which there's a welcome mat at every entranceway. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to give people a wonderful opportunity to showcase their talent. TNT has got a wonderful opportunity in terms of what it's looking to do moving forward. And collectively, I think we've got something really, really special. And I can't thank everybody enough who's been working with me, working alongside me, mentoring me. And again, massive thank you to everybody that's watching the show via WT as well. So bring on WrestleMania, bring on the next Progress show, bring on the next TNT show, and let's do it.
Perfect ending. Thank you, sir. We wish you the best of luck.
And support Tranmere Rovers Football Club.
Tranmere Rovers. Real quick, what is that behind you?
This is actually a gift for Jeff. So in fact, I'll so I need to post it, but so this is for Jeff. So Jarrett, number 4, obviously because he's part of the 4 Horsemen.
Big fan of the show. All righty, Lee McAteer. Thank you, sir.
Thanks so much, everybody. Look after yourselves. Take care.